Welcome into the Triple Option. Paul Catalina and Garrett Ross today. We'll have a new rotating co-host on Thursday. Not to get rid of Garrett at all.
You want to get rid of me? That's
fine. I can't get rid of him. He's much larger than me and can hurt me. So that's not going to happen. But I'm excited. We'll have that next Thursday. It's my good friend Adam Winkler is going to hop on the show with us, and we've got a lot to talk about today. Austin Meek of The Athletic did a great column on. He got down to Burgergate and these charges and these now penalties against Jim Harbaugh for recruiting during the COVID dead period, and the details of it are amazing. How he had to go through and figure out which place it was, and find out that yes, in fact, this did sort of start with a burger, but it wasn't about that. Like, it's one of those things that this story has gotten kind of legendary because of it, because of the burger. But now we know, and it was a recruit that wound up not going to Michigan.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
At least you don't have that awkward picture and he goes to your rival.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they weren't taking pictures of anything during the COVID period.
Not in that time.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the depth behind C.J. Baxter at Texas now that he is out. Jaden Blue, Trey Wisner, who we know really well. Yep. We did his games. Garrett was following him for recruiting sites back then. And then, there's a couple other, true freshmen behind him, but what is the Texas running attack going to look like with Jaden Blue and CJ and Trey Wisner now that CJ Baxter is out? Plus, I will announce another part of my presidential platform.
I'm excited for this.
Which, look, we've got bidets in every bathroom. Yep. We've got and this is Bucky's level cleaning is the standard for every bathroom. What else have I gone over? Microwaves.
The microwaves, all settings.
All settings on every microwave are the same. Like, there's not different microwaves because when you go to somebody's house, there are different settings on microwaves, and that needs to be uniform everywhere. Look, I promise you, the microwave at your office that you heat something up in and the microwave at your house are different. And
it is. Mine's completely different.
The microwave at the office, you have probably burned a Hot Pocket because of that. Well, I want that to be standard across the board. Also, I have gone over chip bags and anything that's a chip or cracker container.
Okay, so I had a test case for your chip bag the other day. My wife went and bought the tortilla chips that are made at H-E-B, like from the, you know what I'm saying? And she brought them home.
They're in a very flimsy bag.
They are very flimsy. And I made some salsa, and I'm all excited. And I grabbed the bag. My daughter had been in the bag. Paul, half the bag was crushed already. The very bottom was nothing but like literal crumbs that I had to make into a taco casserole. I was so pissed that I couldn't eat my chips and salsa, and I needed your plan in place.
Yeah, again,
in that moment.
like that. Those chips are quite good.
Yes,
they are quite good. The problem is
salty, but they're good.
Yeah, but they're quite. They have also some with like a hint of lime in them, and they've got some that are different. Yes, what I want is for people to be able to enjoy a chip, and also in addition to that, we have to rate their strength as far as it comes to dipping. If this is a chip that has a 10 dip rating, then that's good, so that you don't take the chip, put it in the dip, and then come up with the dip part of the chip still in the dip and the non-dip part in your hand.
And theirs are about a 3.5. I think they're good for salsa. I'd be a little careful if you're
like
going
lighter
for
salsa.
Yeah, lighter salsa. If you
like
get
a
chunky,
big chunky salsa,
that's
you can't do it.
You're not doing queso. You can't do it.
That's where I'm getting into. So today, I've got a couple of things that are kind of in together, and I want it to happen. It's travel related, and given the fact that we have traveled quite a bit together recently on planes, you and me and Emory, we've even had to do this. This will be I'm going to set some standards for travel that will make it better for all of us.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Now, people say, well, Paul, how do you feel about taxes? Well, I want them to be as low as they can be. But I don't know that. I don't know how taxes work. I just know that, again, the government wants them every year, and I have to give them to them, so I do. But, that's for my cabinet. When here's my, Secretary of Commerce, and here's my Fed chair, and here's the head of the IRS. Those guys will tell me what the best thing is, and we'll do that. But I'm not going to sit up here and pretend,
stay in your lane. You got to stay in your lane.
Exactly. You know, my Secretary of State's going to do a lot of diplomacy because you send me over to a country and I'm going to immediately go like, hey, what's the best food here? And I'm going to go, do you guys have food trucks? I'm going to go check those out.
That's where you better start.
This guy's going to talk about missiles. I don't know about missiles. This guy's going to talk about it. I'm going to go get something, whatever you guys come up with, I'm cool with.
Yeah.
I'll
make the plans.
I'm not a diplomacy guy. But I'll be like, you two need to stop fighting. This is annoying for all of us. You need to get you in a room. We'll get some chicken wings and some beverages.
We'll have a dance off. That's how we'll settle.
We'll have a dance off. Yeah, a dance off. And like, we'll just do different things. Like every event you win, you get a thing. We'll do like an Olympics of silly things where every event you win, like, okay, well, looks like country A won the dance off. That means that they're going to get this much of the deal. So, but we'll dive into this Burgergate thing because Austin, and again, I'm gonna put the article in the chat so people can see it. But it was really interesting. He did this was like these guys do, and I hope people understand how much work that they're doing to put in these articles.
It's crazy.
That take a long time.
The travel and everything.
Yeah, and he covers Michigan anyway, but like he's gonna have to drive. Like I think he probably lives in Ann Arbor, so he's got to drive all around town, figure things out. He's got to this was real investigative work here. Mm-hmm. You could take this same skill set and like find out like, hey, where are these dirty air conditioners coming from at this apartment complex? And we're gonna like that's kind of the level he went. So the rumor and the story has been that all of this kerfuffle with this particular Michigan NCAA incident, not Connor Stallion stealing signals, that's a whole different thing, which has now resulted in Jim Harbaugh getting a 1-year suspension, which he's in the NFL this year, so that doesn't mess. So it's not like he got fired and he can't get another job. He got a better job than the one at Michigan. Yeah. And they're saying he can't come back.
Well, he did everything he set out to do at the college level. You go back to your alma mater and you win a natty. What else do you need to accomplish there?
Yeah, no, he's done. Like there's not. So it is very much like, if somebody told Justin Timberlake that he had to go back to NSYNC. Well, he doesn't have to.
You don't have to.
I mean, he might want to one day.
At this point, he might want to.
But like telling him that you're not allowed to go back to NSYNC, and he's like, all right, I mean, I'm not allowed. I mean, it kind of sucks, but I mean,
it is what it is.
I'm
doing fine solo.
I'm doing all right. So it's okay. Yeah, you can't. You can't ever go home again, I guess. No. But that's what it's such a weird thing that they've done. But the original thing started of recruiting violations during the COVID-19 dead period, where you were not allowed to have in-person, on-campus visits. If recruits and their families wanted to come to your campus, they had to do a self-guided tour. Now, you could certainly email them things or send them things of like, do this, do this, do this,
I can't remember. Could you have Zoom?
I think you could have Zoom. Like you could be in Zoom and you have phone. Like you could do those things. But there were not, and come to find out from one of the recruits' parents that spoke on a condition of anonymity because these things are still pending, or at least pending at the time of Austin writing the article, was that there were even SEC schools that he expected to go, oh no, that's real stupid, come on, that weren't even risking it. They're like, no, we're not going to risk it. That's what I'm
fascinated about. It's like, so you got Michigan and Arizona State that we know, but dude, there's no telling. If you really want to dig, I bet probably 85 to 90% of the programs were doing it.
At least a little bit.
At least. Especially like
when
the
it came
SEC
to like a big time dude.
Yeah.
Like you got a 5-star guy that you want to.
There's no way.
Yeah. Especially one that maybe didn't care as much about it because people had varying feelings. But so he was meeting them and he met them at a diner called Benny's and ordered a bacon cheeseburger. And when he was asked by the NCAA, mostly he refused to answer questions or lied about them. But then when he had to like really tell them things, he said, well, I don't remember, but it must have been me because I'm the only person who would order a bacon cheeseburger for breakfast.
I mean, I've done it at Whataburger. I'm just going to say. I've done it.
Yeah. But apparently, if we ever get to Ann Arbor, we're going to go to Benny's and the Brown Jug.
So that's what's funny to me is how this article starts off. And we're talking about burgers getting people supposedly suspended. If you go and look, the Brown Jug namesake was because Michigan took a 5-gallon Red Wing pottery jug in 1903 because somebody might tamper with their water. So we go from fear of poisoning water to getting people in trouble for a burger. Like, what the hell, man?
I mean, I'm telling you,
college football thing
read
ever.
the article.
It's hilarious.
Read the article. It's really hilarious. It's really interesting, but it's also goes in depth of all these things that happened. And, Michigan was systematically breaking this rule. And that's what they've gotten popped for. Now, what does it all mean? Because it's the NCAA? Probably nothing.
Right.
And it's silly that they're this vindictive against Jim Harbaugh when he's beaten them. That's the thing I think they're mad about. Whatever you feel about what he did, he's won.
Yes.
He doesn't have to worry about it. And, his attorney can release a statement and everything, but he's got a 5-year, $80 million or 6-year, $80 million contract with the Chargers that he'll probably see all 6 years of. I would not be shocked. I think that they're unless they're so bad, which here's the thing.
I don't think they can. He's got Herbert, man.
They're not going to be because Jim Harbaugh is a really good coach.
Yeah.
He's weird as hell.
Did you see him out there pulling the weight things the other day with the
He is
bro.
Look, Jim Harbaugh is odd.
Very.
He is almost a savant. Like that's the way I put it when you talk to him. He's just got different ways of doing it than he's the most robotic coach ever in the way of it's like he's ingested this information and his programming is like, this is how you say a human thing. And so then it comes out a little bit wrong because he's just so
he's like AI.
Yes.
He's AI emotion.
Yeah, he's got this and this is what my programmers told me and this information came, so I don't know. I'm entertained by Jim Harbaugh. I've lost a little respect for him in the fact that, he's clearly lied about a lot of things. Do you have to
No.
do you have to really lie about it and then to pretend that's all the media or this is all no, man, we know what happened. And look, you get caught, okay, we've been caught. That's something. So I don't know. I tend to lean towards the just treat people with the respect they deserve of, all right, yes, something was going on, but the way he's kind of approached all this stuff from Burgergate to Connor Stallions to whatever happened with it's probably pending.
The cyber,
the FBI and the cyber crimes with his offensive coordinator. The NCAA
it's like a damn movie. Just
if the NCAA was an actual organization that could do anything, this is the precise kind of thing you need to look into. Of you've got an offensive coordinator doing cyber crimes, you're recruiting during a dead period, then you've got sign stealing. Whatever was going on at Michigan was pushing the envelope just to start and then stepping over the line when they got to it.
I'm interested to see because last year they did an excellent job of navigating all of the outside noise and not missing a beat. Even making fun of it to the point where you're splitting coaches, splitting head coaching duties between two guys during a game. And I'm interested to see if not having Harbaugh's presence around there because I feel like he was able – it's him. And the way he ticks was able to keep everything under wraps even when he wasn't on campus. But I don't think with him being there, I'm interested to see if Sharon Moore can kind of keep everything at bay because it's not just that. You lost so much talent. You got to find your quarterback. There's just a lot going on. And then seeing what eventually is going to happen because I don't think you could – like we've talked about it, Smokey's nailed it. You can't take the championship away from them. How do you really even handle this?
Vacating wins is the dumbest thing they've ever come up with. Look, everybody saw you eat an ice cream sundae.
Yeah.
You can't vacate the calories. You can't just pretend it never happened. It's so, yes, fine people, suspend people, take away scholarships. That's what you do. That's how you hurt them. But oh, no, this doesn't count anymore. No, it counts. It's in the books. We're punished after the fact. You can't, do it. And here's the thing. That doesn't mean you're cheating in the actual game. You're just breaking some rules about other things, you know. So it's kind of just wonky the way that they do everything, but it's a great article, and I suggest that everybody go and read it. We're going to take a break early here because I want to spend a little bit more time on this Texas running back thing. When we come back, C.J. Baxter's replacements. How do we think they'll do, especially in the SEC? And we have special guests in the studio today. We have Ken and we have Ivy. Ivy is a dog, and you'll see that later on. I think it'll be up on YouTube after. Yep. But we tried to get Ivy on the mic, but she was a little. She's enthusiastic. She's a little shy. Yeah. She had no opinions on this at all, which I thought she was coming with some hot takes, man.
Yeah,
I mean, she had no opinions on this, but she had some. I thought she was going to come with some hot takes, and then the mic came on, and she's like, can we play a game?
She was focused on Emory.
Yeah, that too. Yes, that is. She's made friends very fast in this studio.